right. Welcome back to Thing Called Lif3. I'm Dr. Damaris.
No. We have to redo that because she can't introduce the podcast.
No,
for today.
well, you guys are going to introduce because I have no idea who this is.
Okay, we'll do it this way. Welcome back, everyone.
Oh.
I'm Bianca.
Oh, I'm regular Kareem.
And then we have
Dr. Damaris.
and our special guest for today.
LeMonte Ryans.
And it was a surprise for Damaris' birthday. She did not know until we got here.
It's Dr. Damaris.
Dr. Damaris, yes. And that's why we have this surprise for her, because she worked really hard to be a doctor.
Oh, my God.
So...
And we're her biggest fans. So.
Exactly. And we're all about slowing life down and relaxing and enjoying it. So...
Thing. Sounds like there's some drama.
There's definitely no.
Called...
Oh, my God. It begins.
Life.
I see like everyone plays a part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Thing Called Lif3.
So, and I don't know if you can see in the video, but we're obviously in a different place. We're not in our regular, studio, but we are all sitting behind a massage table.
Yes.
And with our special guest. And I literally got brought here in a car. I was just saying an unmarked car, not knowing where I was going.
It was a van, it was an unmarked van, and they just kidnapped
Pull into
her.
We were in the back.
We literally pulled into a parking lot of an unmarked building, get to the front of the building and it says it's a church, walk inside and we're in an art studio.
Yep.
And now we're in a massage room. So it's been just a whole
thing.
But describe the space, though.
But all I was told was to put workout gear on. And I was I cannot believe these motherfuckers are going to bring me to work out on my birthday.
No, we wouldn't do that.
Definitely wouldn't do that.
It was a beautiful day today. So,
But I will say the art studio and the space is gorgeous. The space is super relaxing and it smells amazing. I wish you guys could smell it. But
So I would say about a year ago, I met a person named Boon, right? Met him at Oso Coffee. And
shout out to Oso.
Right? And we had talked several times about, just business and life and kind of actually being our accountability partners for a certain section of our like life, I guess.
Business, life.
Yeah, business life. Yeah, like especially, you doing the, I would say startup, but it's kind of like a rebrand or a restart.
Yes, yeah.
okay.
So then when I came this last time, I was like, I knew I was suffering bad. And thank you so much, by the way.
Got you, bro.
I was suffering real bad, and I was like, you know what? I got to treat myself. I got like a pretty nice little bonus from a big move. So I said, I'm going to come over here, come see my boy Boon. And then he's like, look, Boon was like the previous me. The new me is now Lamont. Lamont's actually my given name. I just went by Boon.
I was about to say, who the hell is
Yeah,
that?
I knew what he was doing. I was going to say something like, oh no, he's okay.
Okay, so it's like the journey of life.
I see where this is going now.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, what I want to do is use that as a way for you to. What Jay-Z say?
What did Jay say?
He said a lot.
Excuse me while I reintroduce myself.
My name is
So hold on. So let's go ahead and reintroduce who you are. Let's start from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Of the Boon
journey absolutely.
To where you are now, and then kind of like the vibe of what you're trying to do with your business here.
All right. So I've been a dancer and performer for over 20-something years, right?
Oh, wow.
And so I've bounced around. I was born and raised here in Houston, lived in Dallas. While I was in Dallas, that's when I was full-time hip hop instructor, fire performer, fire eater. So I would do that. Yeah.
Wow.
And so I had a nickname, Monster, and short, like La Monster, so they would just call me Monster for short.
Yeah.
And so when I moved to New Mexico,
dude, you've been moving around.
Yeah, man, I'm a nomad, bro. I'm a nomad. And so when I moved to New Mexico, I ended up becoming a corrections officer. And while I was a corrections officer, me and my partner, we would work out all the time. And so he was just like, hey, so what's your power animal? And I'm like, I don't know. I like monkeys. He's like, come on, you got to come up with something more fierce than that. And I'm like, all right. So I did my research, and baboons, because they had the fangs, but they are innocent. but if you mess with them, you'll get the fangs. And he cares for his people. They're always in groups. I had a lot of friends during that time, so I was like, all right, Baboon is, and he was like, all right, Boon. Boon. And so he was like, all right, introducing Boon. And like all the inmates are like, what the? And so I wasn't fully sold on it. Right. And I was really into health and wellness, even while I was an officer there. Yeah. And so I would bring in protein shakes and I would work out with the inmates. I ended up becoming like really cool with the inmates. I trusted them more than like the officers.
Dang.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like I could easily like fall asleep in the pod and my inmates would take care of everything. Like that's how cool it was.
Then you'd be hearing them stories about them people that hook up, like the officer with the inmate, and they get like
I got
get married and all that. Like, see, that's how it starts.
And so, with that said, I was like, okay, I got it. Like, I'm too trusting, like to the point where it could be dangerous. Where officers, I'm like, nah. But I'm gonna go. Let me look down this like whole health and wellness deal. And so that's when I began to look up certifications. And as I looked for certifications, I remembered when I graduated high school, I wanted to be a massage therapist.
Okay.
And I was looking up everything. I saw an ad for
a
like
masseur.
A masseur, yeah. I say massage therapist for but I prefer to be masseur.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So, masseur and masseuse. Masseur is just basically a male massage or a male massage, a man that melts. Or a man that melts, a man that massages, and a masseuse is a female that massages.
Okay.
Oh.
However, back in the day, because of the sexual connotation, there were like parlors. So, in order for massage therapists, massage parlors, right? So there's a sexual connotation to that, and so my peers, they wanted something that's professional because we go to school.
That's where the therapist.
The therapist, you're like, yeah. And so for me, it doesn't matter to me because I'm a male that massages. Right. So it's just like it's really plain. So I'm a masseur, and it just sounds, I don't know, it sounds like a throwback. It's like, all right, that's a masseur. It's kind of mysterious.
I like the little French connotation.
Right, and it gives me a chance to educate too. And then when they learn about it, they're like, oh, guess what? They tell all their other friends. So, like, oh, this is what I learned.
Well,
you know,
I didn't tell Dr.
Well, you just did just now.
Well, honestly, I didn't know that, so I'm kind of glad that I learned that.
Yeah. So so most massage therapists want to be called massage therapist, right? Because they don't want to be associated with
happy endings.
Yeah. However, it still happens. It still happens. So it's just like, what's the difference? But I get it. And so I found this. This school that did all the certifications as far as like food and all and massage therapy. So I quit everything and became a massage therapist. While I was in orientation, I told them about the name. And one lady after orientation, she was like, did you know that Boon is an old word for timely blessing, good fortune, a companion, someone that goes on a journey with you? And so that sold it for me. That's what I want to be, is someone who's like presents like that aha moment for you, that like, oh, I didn't think about it that way, or point something out like I needed that, and that I'm a gift. Like everything that I do is a gift. I want to create an experience for you, whether it's through massage or fire spinning or just like hanging out like this, like to create an experience where you're like, okay, I needed that. Right. Like I needed that just specifically for that time in my life. And so, I
love the resume that you have. And I love that every guest that we've had on this podcast, it's like they've had an enlightenment period in their life.
It's been a journey.
And it's amazing to see, like, we weren't there for the growth, but we can feel it. We see it radiating. That's what I love, that every person we've had on here, we've heard their story, the struggles, and where they've gotten to. And maybe they're not where they want to be yet, or maybe they've gotten halfway there and they're like, well, even though I got where I want to, I still want to grow more. Right, you know, absolutely. And it's like it's an amazing feeling, like, to vibe off of that, and you're feeding off of that, because it's like everybody wants that. You know, we want that type of circle. Yes. So I like that.
But you know what they say? They say it's not about the destination; it's about the journey.
Yeah, it
absolutely.
is. It seriously is.
I think we've been conditioned to think that there's always an end line, like there's a finish line. The finish line is the grave for us. Okay, so like your projects might stop and start or stop and start anew or even rebrand or whatever. But as long as you're moving towards whatever pulls you, and it seems like that's what you did, right?
Yeah.
You know, you how you go from a corrections officer to a masseur. I mean, the pathway makes sense to me. You know what I mean? And being true to yourself, that's how you got here into this beautiful space. Now, you know, from the space you were before and the space you're semi-working in to this space, what got you from, you know, your humble beginnings to where you are now?
Ah, my goodness. So I've been working in like the corporate massage, you know, not giving out any names or whatever. But I've done, so I've always had like a main massage job, and then I would try to figure out, you know, what I, you know, want to do on the side.
Like fillers,
Yeah, fillers, right? And
Making sure we press record and not like last time.
We got to start all over. We're good? All right, we're good.
All it takes is one time.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so every place that I would go to, I was either the best or the top three.
Okay.
And so the last place that I went to, I was like, all right, I want to be the lead this time. And just to grow myself, to do something different, to impart into the other therapists with the knowledge that I have. And so everything that I envisioned, it didn't happen.
Oh, wow.
It went, it was.
Where do you think that is? I have a sneaking suspicion. I want to hear it from you.
Well, it's, you know how you pray these prayers and you have all these ideas and you're like, all right, this is what I want to do. And then the universe is like, all right, cool. That's exactly what I'm going to have for you, but we're going to take this path to get to it.
Correct. Yeah.
It's not always how you
I didn't want it to happen that way. And so,
And then how they say, you make plans and God laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Well, I mean, think about it. Like, if you had gotten what you said you wanted to,
The way you wanted it.
the way you wanted to, you probably would have fumbled it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
And then it would discourage you and you never would go down that path.
Or just not even appreciate
Maybe.
it as
Right.
much.
But this grind that you've been on,
Yeah, well, I look at everybody as a mirror for myself.
100%.
That's one of my, it's like we're a fun house of mirrors, and they're all just reflecting back to you. It's you. And so, like I said, I did corrections, and it was a very dark place. There's stuff that, yeah, the normal average person will never see that I had the honor and privilege to actually see. Like, I saved people's lives. I've seen people who were like suicidal and I had to like watch them and all that. I would rather go through that than what I went through being the last job that I had.
really?
Wow.
It was very psychological, like toxicity. And I think what made it difficult, it was supposed to be this like healing environment, right? Going into corrections, like you expect it.
Right.
It's like the worst of the worst, right? But in this environment, it was just a lack of leadership, and it just became really, really toxic. And when I've been doing massage for 10 plus years now, so I've seen everything. And so I was the first hire. And the crazy cool thing about that, this particular place, I heard of them. They're based out of another state, and I was like, I would love to work there. If they ever branched out, I would work there. And they ended up like coming here. It's like I manifested it, right?
Oh, wow.
Right. And so I was like, all right, here we go. So I had this vision, like I can help these people. Like we can make like something happen, and none of it like happened. And a lot of it is I felt like I could. What's the word I'm looking for? Help them navigate through a lot of the toxic stuff. Because I'm also a life coach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I lived on a farm for about like a year, and I got coached, and I learned their life coaching
What
system.
have you not done?
I was like, wait, what?
Like this resume just keeps adding. Like at this point in time, like what?
And so I have a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Like you said, I've seen a lot. I have it's one thing to focus, you know, they say that, what's that quote, a jack of all trades? Well, that's what I'm, that to a T. I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none, but the other half of that is often better than the master of one. So when you take somebody out of this one singular mode, and you take they're useless. But because I've done so many different things, I can like, even though I'm not a master in it, I can like, okay, I can help you with this. I can, you know, I do very well with pattern recognition. Yeah. And so like that.
ADHD children.
Oh yeah, I have it and I own it. I own it, man. Like my ADHD power, like seriously.
And I love that you said that too, that it's your power. Like most people would see it as a weakness, but most people with ADHD are really good leaders because they're hypersensitive to everything.
Yeah.
They're reading situations constantly.
It's all.
Why do you think we got the doc over here?
You got it too.
You have to. You have to. Some people call it type A, some people call it OCD, but I mean, sometimes it's just,
but it
is what it is.
It is a superpower in the sense of how you use it, how you understand it, and how it operates, and then you use it for your benefit.
And that's just being aware of yourself. That's all.
That's a big one right there. Is being aware.
So, also in that being aware, we didn't break down how I got here, but that's okay.
No, but so I got out of that because it was too toxic, and it was just like, dude, like it's time for you to go on your own.
Yeah.
You know, but I talked a lot of shit about the place, and since y'all are da-da-da-da, well then why don't you go do it?
Yeah.
Why don't you go on your own to do it? And so like massage is great, but the business side, that's like the weakness that I'm that's becoming my strength right now. So it's the business side that like, oh, okay, all right, right.
Yeah, you have a lot of really good ideas as well. Like, well, where all can I mention that you work, or do you want to do that yourself?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm good. Go ahead.
Well, so Eden, right?
Yeah, actually, Eden. People think I work there, but I don't.
Well, no.
You know,
I say work there.
Yeah.
You perform.
Yeah, I'm heavily involved in there. Yeah,
I thought you were just a regular or something. I was like, what?
I know. I hear what you said. Right? Yes. Yeah, because I love, like, again, gifts. I love giving back to my clients. So one thing that I did about 6 or 7 years ago, I would make these like kokedama plants. And kokedama plant is a Japanese moss ball. So you can get, actually, there's one right there to your left.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh. You wanna pull it up so we can
I don't know if I
show?
can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, can you? Oh, I can't see it,
Pick
so I
up
don't know what it
pick
looks
up the
like.
plate, yeah.
We're live. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's very cool. Like
Right, yeah.
Another plant growing out of it. So, it's
So
I like
yeah,
that.
so there's actual soil.
system.
Yeah. So there's actual soil in here,
Yeah.
and so I would love. I look there.
Kokigama.
Koke,
Koke.
Koke, Dama, Dama, Dama.
Kokedama.
Yeah, Koke means moss, and Dama means ball.
Moss ball.
Yeah. Happy balls, joyful balls. That's what. That's what a lot of, when I do the workshops, the ladies, they're drinking. They're like, "Oh, these are happy balls. These are happy plant balls."
I love it. That's something I would say.
Thank you, ladies.
And they'll hold it up like Simba.
Oh my god!
Because they're so proud. They're proud because I do workshops on how to make those, and so
you do that at Eden.
I do that at Eden.
Don't you also do your kind of reflexology there as well?
I do chair massages over there. Yeah, I'll do chair massages over there.
I've never been, and now I'm gonna have to go.
So I haven't been doing the chair massages lately.
I went to Eden once, I guess. Gosh, I want to say a few weeks ago, but maybe a few months, to see like they have live music once a week. And so one of our friends, he's like the guy that performs, and so it was at Eden. And I was like, oh, that was cute. Yeah. It's a cute place.
So Eden, like shout out to Eden. They have two.
Eden Plant Co.
Yep, they have 2 locations now. One at the Harrisburg location and Second Ward. That's the OG.
That's where I went in Edo.
And then they branched out to Post. The Post over here in downtown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Post. So they have it's beautiful. Yeah. So they do their coffee over there, and then it's like a jungle. You thought like Eden Plant Co. on Harrisburg was amazing. Like this place is amazing.
So hold on, are they on the roof or are they inside one?
The inside. So there's
like where the shops
are. Food court. There's the food court, and then on the other side of the food court,
that's where all the shops.
Yeah, where they have the zigzag.
Yeah, the stairs.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right over there.
So Wednesday nights they have Jazz in the Jungle. at the Harrisburg location, and then Friday nights they have Jazz in the Jungle at the Post location.
Is that what we're doing for your birthday?
I don't know what's
So
happening.
if you ever want to go to any of these events, if you ever want to go to any events, go to Eden Plant Co. and they'll have where you can
I think
register.
I've seen their
Oh,
advertisement
cool.
as I'm scrolling social media, but I've never been. And I was like, this looks interesting.
We'll have to do that one day.
So
Yeah.
Eden's more of your filler, right? Like,
Well,
here, there, whatever. But this
is the main
is your
and
main.
yeah, this is my main job.
How'd you fall into this spot? Like, how'd you?
Well, let's connect all of that, the job,
Sure.
Eden, and this. Because of the environment that I was in the last place, I was like, all right, I'm gonna focus fully on what I'm trying to do and not go work anywhere else. Like I'm all the chips,
Yeah.
And so I have enough skill, talent, people, support to create what I want to do. And so the massage part of it, I was like, man, it's not taking off. Like all my clients didn't come like I thought. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go get a regular part-time job. I'm like, what can I do? How can I advertise myself? And I'm like, well, I've never seen chair massage like at a coffee shop before. And so I was like, where can I go? And then I thought about Eden, and it took me 2 months to like actually pull the trigger on it because I was just like, and then one of my friends, I was talking with them. He's like, I know the owner, I know Irving, and we just went over there, and he was just like, I've been wanting massage here.
Oh, wow.
And so it just worked out.
You see how it works out?
Yeah, and
It's really like I was thinking outside the box because it's like you don't think like coffee or spot where like live music's happening, stuff like that. People get together. It's like you don't think that would be a good idea, but then when you implement, you're like, oh, this was fantastic.
I'll
Like
take
this
a
is
yeah, those are like I've met so many people. Like especially like when we had the storm here, people were there, and I would just give them massages, and they were like, "You have no idea that I
Like how
needed this."
stressed they were. And
Yeah.
release that
Wow.
stress.
And then with the whole life coaching, I'm able to talk with them, and like, what? How did you know? Well, your body is telling me your whole story, right? They're like, oh, and so that's how that happened. And so I treated that as like a networking thing to help like supplement income.
Beautiful.
And then like here is this is my full time like space. So yeah,
it's like the definition of hustle. Like literally.
yeah, it's hustle. However, it's just using my intuition and like I said, I'm a nomad, and so with the whole ADHD kind of Peter Pan like mindset, I really have created my own like inner world and how I navigate.
Right.
That's nice.
I liken it to finding your path, and this is your path. And you know what? That toxic environment may not have been what you wanted it to be, but it landed you here.
That's what
Yeah.
you need.
And
But
yes, exactly. It was exactly what I grew up so much from that situation. Like even the toxic environment, I took full ownership of it. There was like no blame.
Right.
No blame on the person, the owner, or anybody. It was just like I take
Just a
full
learning
ownership.
lesson.
Like everything about it, I took. Like even when there was a point where like yes, I stand up for myself, whatever. However, it's just like okay, what was my role in this? What am I
Yeah.
supposed to learn out of this? And
That's
and
the
it
hardest
got
part to admit.
and it got to the
The
point where it's like,
self-reflection.
dude, you don't have to defend everything that you do.
No.
Some things you just got to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just let it go. Like
Oh, you're
why?
preaching right now. So
like why? Like why? Like but.
yeah.
But what? You're just stressing yourself out, dude. Either stay and stick around and keep learning these lessons because you
Yeah.
go do what you want to fucking do.
Yeah, it's funny. I can't remember where I heard this. It was someone I was talking to, and it's like, okay, you're gonna take a couple of minutes and you're gonna vent and say everything you want to say, and then that's it. And then you're gonna figure out, okay, now what are you gonna do to fix it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like give yourself that moment to like be like, oh, this sucks, and I hate this, and why did I do that? Why did I do that? And then it's like, okay,
It's like
that's it.
in a way without people realizing, I guess because they're so consumed by the toxic environment, the way you did it, you took your power back. And a lot of people don't realize that because it's like, it's hard to understand sometimes, like taking ownership of something, you feel like, am I blaming myself? But it's not that at all. It's taking the power back, understanding it, dissecting it and say, okay, this is what I contributed, that I have to let go. Like how you said, you broke
It's
it down.
acceptance.
And it's crazy because we as humans, we go through this all the time.
we
with
always give our
everything in
power
life.
away.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so simple and we make things complicated because of this, like literally make things complicated when it's so simple when it's written out for us
Yes.
all the time by people that we meet and we learn things from.
Absolutely.
It's good.
So
you
I'm just
have
like,
to be aware enough and also pay attention to take those lessons instead of actually taking the hard lesson of like, you know, for instance, you know, losing money on a deal or a car or whatever. You know, you saw one friend, like I was that friend where I went upside down in a car. Learn from my stupid lesson. Don't do that. Like find something more capable for yourself. If you got to go get a cash card, do that for now.
yeah.
You know, I think us as a society, we bump our heads up against the wall whilst watching our friends do the same, as opposed to going, hey, you know what? I just did this. If you're going down that path, this is what I would do. I wouldn't say it's unsolicited advice, but at least, you know, give them some of your expertise, kind of like you do. You know what I mean?
And I think
Share
what's
the
beautiful,
experience.
what's beautiful
Absolutely.
too, is that like you said, you created your own reality in your head of how you wanted things to be, and you
navigate,
didn't let society or the norms conform the way your path should have been.
Correct.
You said, I'm going to draw up my own path, and it might not look like everybody else's, but I know it's mine, and I'm going to be happy with that.
Ownership.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I like
100%.
that, because so many times I think as human beings we stop ourselves because we see someone else and they did an exact thing and became successful, so we think we have to implement that same exact pattern. And
Yeah.
it's like, no, we
And that is
don't.
not how that works.
No, it's not
No.
how that works.
Mm-mm. And honestly, not honestly, it's how it all came about is through a bad relationship. That's how, with men, like
That's how we all met.
particularly,
Yep.
you know. Okay, yeah,
Yep,
right.
yep.
So y'all get it.
That's how this started.
And taking full ownership of that situation. Like, yes, did she have her struggles, and you know, but as a man, I allowed it. I allowed this person in my life, so I took full ownership of the whole entire situation.
Don't
Right.
stop playing the victim.
Right. And so, all right. And I'm like, okay, so what did I do? Da, 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 da. Oh, I had no framework for somebody to come in and be like, okay, this is how he operates. Like, this is how, like, okay, I can jive with that.
Yeah.
Or I let her, you know, mess up whatever I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, all right. And I started going through all the things in my history of like what was pivotal, what worked, what did I enjoy, and just began over the years of, you know, basically, all right, this is the grass, this is the dirt, start digging and creating my framework and my foundation. Because what happens when you don't do it, even with people who are your leaders and mentors, they have well intentions, but if they see that you don't have your own framework, they're automatically going to give you theirs.
Yeah.
Even if they're doing something well, like our parents do.
That is a bar.
And
Say
it's
that again?
bro,
what the
if you know, I
No,
don't-
what?
no, like even like with people with good intentions, but this, you know, our parents,
Yeah.
right? If you don't develop your own framework, they're automatically going to give you,
That's very true.
Oh.
Because
What
that's
they
that's
think.
what worked for them.
yeah,
It's safe.
it's neither wrong or right.
It feels safe.
A lot of the
That's what it
times
is.
because
Yeah.
they love you and they're like, here, this works.
Right.
This is what worked for
This is
me.
what I did.
Yeah.
I like, yeah. Wow, nice.
Yeah, and so it's
That's
every
right.
individual,
That's really
every
good.
person has to develop their way. Take, you know, like, yeah, stand on the shoulders that got you there. But however, you have your own flavor. You have your own quality of doing things.
Right.
And so I had to develop that.
Yeah.
And so now I'm in the position of like, okay, bro, like what I realize now is like why I'm hitting a ceiling, because I haven't been giving it out. You can't. It's like you go through this whole journey.
We talked about that.
You go through this whole journey, and you're like, wow, look at all this stuff. Look at like all the good that I got, and then you just come back to the village. You just
Sitting around with all your own shit.
and you don't give it away. Like, what's the point of going through the whole journey?
You're right, because then
And
you haven't
keep-
completed the cycle.
Yeah, you have to
to.
complete the cycle, and so that's where I am now. Like, you get, in order for me to get to the next level, I have to teach. I have to give it out. I have
Talked
to,
about that, yeah.
you know, it's mandatory for me
Yeah.
Oh,
to.
yeah, dude.
Right.
So what's your like massage specialty, if you will? Because I know there's different types of massages. Do you have like a favorite? Are you trained in different types?
And when as soon as I got out of massage school, I spent all my money on taking courses. So I've done everything from Thai massage to sports massage, prenatal, cupping. I lived out in Florida for like a month learning like Thai massage. So there's like energy work. I did Reiki, but I realized like, oh, like it's just your energy. Like it's just your energy. That's it. Like, and somebody had a method and that method worked for them. And then I'm like, oh, like all it is just your intention. So it doesn't.
Just added it to the playbook kind of thing.
But I don't even like. It's all Reiki. Yeah. You know, do you do energy work? Well, as soon as I touch you or you come in my presence, it's your
transfer of energy.
Right.
That's right.
So that's how I look at it. So that's why I don't really get into a whole lot of energy. It's just like all I do is just focus on like what's going on in here, making sure I'm good.
Like you're saying, simplifying things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of sad now that freaking Kareem. I'm gonna have to book my own session because Kareem got to sacrifice himself and try it out for the podcast.
Oh yeah, I did. Man,
when I remember he called me and I was like, "Are you good?" He's like, "I'm so relaxed." And I was like his voice sounded so mellow and deep. I was like, "Kareem."
Dang, what?
I was like, "You're slipping away, Kareem. Like, what's going on?"
More than it normally is.
Yeah, more than normally is. And he was like, "Yeah, I just got back from my massage," and I was like. Oh, that already happened? I was like, well, damn, thanks. Like,
thanks for letting the sister know. So going back to that, like I put it all together and it's just intuition. Like my massage starts like when I first meet you. That's where it starts. And then like after you leave and I may send you a text or whatever. And that's when, it's a little bit like even just having like even my massage even starts with this rug right here. It's a circle. So when you come in, you feel like I'm in this.
It's the little touches.
Yeah. It's so that's to me, that's.
Now I feel rude because I have my shoes on it.
Yeah.
I'm messing up the circle. I'm messing up the circle right now.
Like I got so much good energy that I don't think you.
Yeah, you do. No, you do. Because the moment we came in, I was
he's like,
your shoes
my shit is too good for you. Sorry.
It's like
that's okay. Like honestly, you do have good energy. That I came in here, I was tense, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm relaxed.
Yeah. Like, normally you have your shoulders.
Yeah, I'm like this. I'm like, okay.
All melted down.
Yeah, I'm on whatever Kareem's on now. I'm
just happy because I had literally told Kent yesterday, like, oh, my back hurts. Like, I've been so tired because I've been working so much and I have so much stuff going on. And I just get in bed and
that's exactly why. We said if Damaris ain't gonna do it, we're gonna do it for her.
Like shocker, shocker.
So I'm assuming Kent knew about this.
Yeah,
right?
we had to talk to him
because I had said something like, and he had said, "Do you want me to give you a massage?" And he's like, "Never mind." And I was like.
Him almost giving it away.
Oh, that was just kidding.
I was just like, huh?
He's like, never mind.
Nothing.
We appreciate the distraction. That was pretty good.
He almost slipped up though. That's what it sounds like.
I had no idea. And in fact, one of the things I told him when he was like trying to figure out what to get me, I'm like, I'm so easy. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, for real. Like, I like anything you can get me, really, or like get me a massage or something like that. That's always great. And he didn't say nothing. He just looked at me like. Okay.
Well, it's kind of like this. We got to the point where it was like Damaris is always doing stuff. She needs to relax and chill. It's like you're busy. Then you were in school, and then school's ended. Now you're planning the wedding, and and it's like, okay, if she's not gonna take a chill pill, we'll take one for her, and we'll plan this.
Because she's stressing me out.
Because I feel like every episode it's always like, Damaris, what have you been doing lately? And she has like a whole entire list. I'm like. God.
Now, let me just tell you how amazing LeMonte is, right? So what we did was we went ahead and paid for what's that package called?
The initiation.
Initiation. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be scared or.
No, but yeah, it's called the initiation, and it's kind of like a intro to everything. But it's like just. The one thing I like about LeMonte is that when he's right, when you show up, he's already kind of like sizing you up. So the massage that you get is tailored to you. Like he's not gonna give me the same massage as he's gonna give you because you don't have the same ailments as me.
Right, right.
Know? So that's the one thing that I really do appreciate about that one package is because y'all just have a quick conversation and then he jumps right in.
Yeah.
Now with this one, we kind of wanted to give y'all a little bit of perspective of what LeMonte does here through
Damaris. She will come back.
I am okay with volunteering.
Yeah, she will come back and get the real deal alone. And
happy to be the guinea pig.
I'll tell you how amazing. Thank you for saying that. But I'll tell you how amazing LeMonte is. I was like, look, we want to do this. Blah blah blah. We're gonna pay you. He's like, look, I get it. You want to do the thing. We'll do this like here, but like I'll do a proper one for her later. So yeah, this one is just kind of like an intro. And then you'll get like a full one at a later date that you can plan, blah, blah, blah. Okay?
Yeah. Excellent.
All right. And this is all courtesy of LeMonte.
Oh, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. His idea, like, the first part, like the first part was mine, but then the second part,
Yeah.
like, you know what?
And then Cream said, Bianca, make it happen. I said, okay, I'll do whatever I can.
Exactly. So we wanted to like just gift this to you because we love you.
Thank you so much. I
And it's
appreciate
your birthday,
that.
and it's like, hey, why not? It was perfect. I was like, oh, her birthday lands on a Wednesday. I was like, perfect.
Yeah, that's what we thought. We were.
See, things are meant to happen. They just happen naturally.
I thought you
Everything
figured
falls
out,
into
we kept
place.
asking about what you're gonna do for your birthday.
Yeah, that's what we kept asking.
Yeah,
And then I finally
I was
asked Kent because I was like,
I have so much stuff going on, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. I just don't know. Like, I'm like, I don't know. I just can't.
no,
You
she was
figure it
literally
out.
on the phone in the backseat. She's like, I don't know where I'm going. I'm being taken somewhere. And I'm like, that sounds so bad. like we stole you off the streets
Like,
or
you
something.
dropped the pin. This is my last location.
Exactly. But I'm glad we got to do it this way, only because of the fact that we got to learn about your story.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing more
this beautiful
amazing.
space.
Yeah, it's like there's nothing more amazing than knowing somebody's background and their story, and it uplifts you in a way. It makes you want to see life through a different lens.
Correct.
But then it's like you're sharing your gift. So that's my ultimate thing that I appreciate
I
from
think that's
anybody we have on this podcast, especially you right
Correct.
now, because you're giving a gift that we asked, for Damaris to give, but you're giving your way,
Right, yeah.
So I love that. So thank you. Appreciate
So
it.
let's
You're
go
very
ahead and
welcome.
jump in. We're not stalling anymore. Stop talking.
No.
All right. So
Wait, what are we jumping
No, I was
into?
just gonna ask him a question. Jesus.
I want to jump in.
Okay.
No, so I heard your story. I heard you work at a couple different places and do a couple different things. So this is your main thing, though, right?
Yeah, this is
So
my main passion. This is what I'm definitely growing, like getting a rebrand for everything that I'm doing. All that.
So what is your current plan? What's your current goal? Can you share that with us?
Yes. So right now is just getting so I love cacao, like ceremonial cacao, and so I named the business Cacao. That's the only thing about here, like the traffic.
So I'm glad you said that, because I was gonna say, because I know this is your place. So this business name, if someone were to look you up, how do they find you?
Just go to Boon HTX on Instagram.
Boon HTX,
Right.
your salon.
But the name,
Salon, right? Is it still?
it's just studio.
A studio,
The
okay.
studio.
It's called
So
Cacao?
you'll just go to Boon HTX. So I love cacao, and that's what I was going with, because I was going to create, and I'm still creating the like facial products, like what's the word? I'm like sugar scrubs,
Okay.
Ceremonial cacao mask, and buttercreams and all that through cacao, and that's what I was going with. And then I'm talking with a friend of mine who's a marketing branding person, and so she was like, "I like your old name that you had," and it was Puri, Puri. And so that's what I'm going back to, is that. And so we're rebranding the whole thing. And because I'm, bless you, it's like, push it.
It actually sounded like that.
This is real. Like, we didn't make this up. All right.
Nah. And so because I am multifaceted, it's like, all right, yes, I'm doing massage, but I do dance, like I do like dance therapy type stuff. And then I got the kokedamas, is like, how do we brand all this together? So that's what they're helping me with is, yes, I got the massage, but so I have Puri and Purimotion. Purimotion is Puri and then motion. And so with that said, like, yes, I can massage you, and like help you heal, and not help you heal, but help your body to get in alignment. But it doesn't just stay that way. If I can help you actually get your body into functional alignment through functional patterns, correct. So where you don't have, my biggest thing, I love people to have their autonomy. If you get better and you don't come back to me, hooray for me. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm not the type of person like, oh, keep coming back. Like, if you want to keep coming back, cool. But if your body is like doing well on its own and you're figuring it out on your own and you're like, okay, I don't need you anymore, that I'm good with that.
Yeah.
That gets me like so amped up.
Right.
That like, oh, you're listening to your body. You're getting wisdom and knowledge on how to take care of your temple, because I can't. I can't
That's
do
kind of
it.
like partially like not only, that's part of the life coach part too, I think.
Yes,
Think about
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm creating. I'm creating this multifaceted. It's actually a nonprofit. It's actually a nonprofit. I'm running it not as a business, but as a nonprofit.
Oh, wow.
And so that's what I'm actively
Why
working
nonprofit?
on. Taxes.
Yeah, I was about to say that. We're going to be real.
Like taxes too. Because I am a performer and I love doing all of these things. I feel like I can create avenues of creating like experiences where people will want to give, and then I can take that money and tie it into the community where they can also basically creating like wellness opportunities for people, and where the community eventually can actually be self-sustaining. So this is like a 20-year, 25-year plus plan. Yeah, it's not just a.
That's for the skincare portion.
So that's
right?
for the
this
whole
is
ecosystem.
This is a whole. So Puri, let's just say like this, like Puri is like the umbrella. Think of it like a forest.
Yeah.
Like you got Puri is, I call it Puri Wellness Group. So that's the canopy. Yeah, that's the canopy. That's the umbrella. But then I have about 2 or 3 like big trees that holds that canopy up, and that's the massage. That's the Purimotion.
So it's all nonprofit.
Yeah, the whole entire thing.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I thought
so-
you meant just that part of it.
No,
was
the whole.
nonprofit.
So it's a whole entire thing that I'm creating where Puri Wellness Group is the nonprofit umbrella,
Got
and
it.
then I got the Puri Massage that I'm gonna grow and develop. That's like my bread and butter. That's eventually I'll be hands off and have like people running that.
Nice.
So that's like a constant thing. And then I got the Purimotion where it's all about functional pattern movement, and then improv movement where it's like you're not thinking, you're actually just that's a whole thing. And so, but that's developing of like you becoming aware of like how your body's working and how your body is moving, and then how to move together with each other without thinking. So it's just like the linear type of thinking.
My brain's going all over the place.
I love it. I'm intrigued.
I know it's all over the place. That's
I'm thinking I could see all the things that you're doing. Like,
okay. So it's like
But out of the things you're listing, do you provide those services currently?
No, I'm right now. 'Cause there was a time that I was.
Okay.
But however, it was too much for me in the sense of trying to do it all. It was very confusing, and then presenting out to the world, they're like, "What are you doing? You're doing all of these different things." So right now it's like I'm just doing massage.
Okay.
For the sake of conversation, I'm giving everybody like, "Oh, this is what I'm doing." But far as just like what I'm building is like, I got to
that's the
build this
vision.
tree. I'm just building this pillar right now and focusing on that, getting my, clientele built up. However, behind the scenes, this is what's growing in the dirt.
Okay.
Right. That's what's growing in the dirt. And then creating that, I can have all these other little things that are growing that may not last long, but like these are the main things. Yeah.
Got it.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Are we ready?
This is.
She was. She was like.
We're gonna
She's
sign
ready.
off, kind of, but not really. But if you have anything, we'll make sure that we put all of LeMonte's information in the show notes. Obviously, like, subscribe, rate, review.
That's right.
And also,
I thought you were going to show the massage part.
Book your own service
No, we
because
are.
he's
We're
available.
going to show the massage part, but we're done with this section.
Yeah.
Of it, and I don't want to have to do a second closeout after.
Is this live?
No.
Okay. I was like, oh,
No,
yes.
we just
Okay,
kidding.
We'll edit.
It's not live. We edit.
So we're gonna go ahead and hop in. But thank you so much for
Absolutely. Thank
listening
you.
to our guy Lamont's story.
I honestly
And
need to go to
also-
OSO because I feel the most amazing people just freaking
Yeah.
go there. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
So do you know Alex? Because he's also a dancer.
Yeah.
Look at that. Small
I need to
world.
bring like a blueprint of my business plan and be like, guys, I need y'all to go over this with me. Because
And Hector,
Yeah,
he was
Hector.
he was my youth pastor. So I've known Hector for like
okay,
over.
he didn't mention that.
Yeah, over
Did you
thir-
youth pastor?
Oh yeah, he doesn't like to.
No.
No?
Not in the
Yeah,
past.
I've known him for over
No.
30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 30
That's
years.
awesome. Small
Okay.
world. Look at that.
But yeah, thank you so much. We'll hop in. You'll see. We'll ask questions while she's getting this massage,
I'm excited.
and then at the end you can kind of like see what we're doing.
All right.
Anyway,
Right.
We appreciate you.
Thank you
And
for
we're
joining.
hopping in.
Do you have an Instagram or anything you want to
Just
share?
Boon HTX right
Boon
now.
HTX. That's how you find him.
And
That's
then we'll put all
easy.
that stuff in the show
Yep.
notes too.
Alrighty.
Cool.
So most people have been through a massage experience, and people who have not, this will be your first kind of like inner workings into how massage works.
Especially if like you like are very uncomfortable with the sense of like, do I have to undress? Do I not have to undress?
Right.
Like it's your true first experience because honestly,
We're shooting a podcast,
what?
so in the massage.
Yeah.
So if you feel like it's going to be uncomfortable,
Yeah,
don't
so
think-
I'm not naked, y'all.
Yeah,
like
she's
not
fine.
fully
No,
naked.
she has her
Exactly.
pants on.
I'm naked from the top up.
Yeah. But I remember my first massage when I went in, I was uncomfortable taking off certain clothes. And then after time passed, I was like, I'll take everything off. So it takes time to be comfortable, I think.
It was like that even in massage school. Mm-hmm. Where like, because we had to work on each other.
Yeah.
About week 2, when we had like a 6 month, week 2, we didn't care. Something fell out, something fell out.
He said something fell out. Something fell out.
Yeah. At that point, but I feel like,
I wouldn't say that for here. But
Yeah.
There's certain times like it's just a human body. It's just,
yeah, it is. Honestly, it truly is. But I think too, like the more you get comfortable with your own body and knowing how it operates, you feel more comfortable on the table. A masseuse can actually, or what did you call it yourself? Not a masseuse.
Masseur.
Masseur can actually I feel
Get down
like
deep in there, yeah.
do better work because you're not so tense. You're not so like, I don't know.
because it's like doing double work.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because you're trying to calm the person, you're trying to make them feel relaxed, but also trying to get what they need done.
Right.
So yeah, it makes sense. How are you feeling right now,
So-
Damaris?
Oh, I feel good.
She's just laying down. She already feels good.
Just laying down, not doing. Yeah,
Where's the
laying down,
other
not doing anything. Oh, I'm good.
Wait. For what?
It's the longest I've been quiet all day.
Oh, I know, but he has to move around. So how do you want to do it? You're gonna stand there and go like this?
Yeah.
Well, that's the longest one we have.
Where's the other one? Second one.
The one's in there. It's the shortest one.
Oh yeah, so y'all can't even hear me fine.
Well, we can hear you. It's just there's an echo, like you sound far.
That's okay. We'll
Figure it out.
figure
Well, that's
it
why
out.
we need to get wireless mics. Honestly.
What y'all can do is y'all all 3 rotate eventually. So you're gonna have to do the podcast 2 more times.
Shoot.
There you go. She's all excited.
So it's like, yes.
Right? I volunteer.
As tribute.
I found this, yes.
I know. Honestly, I have a membership, of course, at one of your, chains. Like, I have a membership, and I love the masseuse I have.
Wait for it. Keep going.
Always an amazing job. Never complain.
Wait for it.
Even house calls if I needed. Like, that's how of a relationship I have. But it does everything. Like, there's nothing that can't be done. But
Right.
I've never experienced like a private one like this. I feel like this is more intimate.
Yeah, that's I guess because there's the whole life coaching aspect. So I've had clients come in, and especially if I don't have any, it's just them for that day. We'll talk 2 or 3 hours. and
Yeah.
do the massage.
Dang, that's crazy.
I've had people who just came in here and automatically just cry.
Oh wow.
Just because they're like, I don't know why I cry, but so that creates this atmosphere. So that's what
I love that.
is different here. So yeah.
It does. It's amazing.
So even every person, even if it's the same person that comes in, there's this puri also means honor.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like if you could think of like the Asian culture where like everything is just honor about like respect and honor. So that's how I feel about every body, physical body that comes in here. It's about you go.
Oh, I was like, what is going on? Oh, here you go. You can use mine. I'll move it over.
There you go.
Okay.
just talk.
Okay, so-
I got
okay.
you. You just
Start. I'll start all over.
You don't have to start over.
Oh, okay. So yeah, every person who comes in here, whether it's their first time or 50th time, there's this reverence that I have for this person's body because they're allowing me to do something that's very intimate. So even before I actually put my hands on that person, there's this what we call a biofield or an energy field, or they call it an aura. Like you're allowing me to kind of like sink into your aura and like touch your body. So just it's like I'm letting the body know, not just this person, their mind, but letting the body know, like, hey,
Yeah.
thank you.
I love that.
Like, so there's a whole, as I massage, there's a whole conversation between just things that I can't see, as far as just like their spirit. And like I sage and I do my like Palo Santo, like I just like no bad juju, like it's all like good juju that's represented in this space and time.
That's brilliant.
She's so relaxed, and we haven't even started.
I
know, right?
You can
For
tell, like, look at
real.
her breathing. She's just so relaxed. She's probably gonna be knocked out.
I love Native American culture and I incorporate other rituals. Like I like to do this, like especially if yeah, we got the camera.
Sound bowl.
Especially if you have like monkey mind and you can't like almost every time as soon as I go,
Helps you concentrate like
it's
on that
just,
one.
everything just stops. And I'll do that and let it build for a while.
I already feel relaxed. She's asleep.
I'm awake.
And it'll get louder.
Oh, that sounds peaceful. This is what ASMR comes in hand.
That was brilliant.
So I'll either do that. It could be at the beginning, the middle, the end. Also have a drum that I'll do the drum sometimes, and I'll walk around. That's not every time, but sometimes I'll do that.
See, and you can't do that when you go to these like, you know,
Chain places. Yeah. Again, I like the way everything is.
Even
like
though they would want to,
customized.
like the person I use, they would love to do that, like especially home calls, like the house calls.
Yeah.
But you can't do that at your actual job with the chains, and it's ridiculous because I'm like, and they would probably charge for you to do that right there, what you just did, like really, $10-15. I'm like, what? I'm good. So, I feel so relaxed. This reminds me of those TikTok videos I watch of people like going to the chiropractor and stuff, and I'll just like sink in my bed watching them. That's how I feel right now.
Mine is a pimple popper.
No, I don't watch those.
Love that one.
I don't watch those. I'm good, Kareem.
Damaris, you good?
And that's gross, Kareem.
Oh, the pimple popper one. Yeah.
See, if she's relaxed now, imagine when she comes back.
Oh my God.
She's
I'm
gonna-
so excited.
She's gonna feel so amazing.
I've never been more excited for someone outside of myself. What?
Why? I'm always excited for everyone outside of myself. Why? It's a great feeling.
That sounded very sad the way you said that.
It's not, because I'm so full of everything that I'm overflowing that it's like I gotta give. So I love that.
So is that why you give us so much shit, because you're full of it?
Sometimes.
You like that?
Sometimes, Kareem. I'll be dishing it that way sometimes. Just I feel like you can see like her shoulders just relaxing.
He's finding all my knots.
Oh, I bet you got some like big ones.
And you know, a lot of massage therapists, they'll just start going to town.
Yeah, they have a certain a certain routine that they just do on everybody.
Yeah, 100%. And they'll just start digging around like, oh, there's a knot. Again, like I'm having a conversation. Sometimes like, do you want me to press? Like I'm asking like, do you want me? Not even this person, but the body. Like, do you want me to continue pressing? Is this okay? Because you're coming in with a lot of stress already. Right, and it doesn't mean like, yes, I'm here to do a job, but it doesn't mean that I'll come in even with more stress.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
You know, just so sometimes I'll just press, and like it's almost like asking permission. Like, do you want me to press even more? And it will just like give, and I'm like, oh, okay, and that's my way of. Oh, it's giving me permission to sink even more.
I didn't think about
then it's almost like, yes, I'm giving the pressure, but it's like it's allowing me. It's like if you're hanging out with a kid who's been through some things, you don't go in there asking a whole bunch of questions. You just sit with that little kid, like and wait for that little kid to open up to you. And so that's how because our spirit is like at the age of a 3-year-old or 5-year-old or something like that.
Really?
That is pretty interesting.
That's how I treat the body, as like you're this kid.
Yeah.
Or I look at the body as like, like the earth, like terrain, like this is your body, your muscles, your fascia, that's all fluid. Well, your muscles isn't fluid, but your fascia runs through. If you take your fascia out of your muscles, it turns into mush. Like your muscles is not this hard. Like, yeah, they slide back and forth, but your fascia is like this. If you cut open like fajitas, and you'll see like you spread the fajita meat apart, and you see,
Don't do that.
and you'll see the.
I haven't eaten all day. I've been fasting,
Oh, yeah,
so that's
right.
why.
Oh, you're fasting.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm trying to do
it.
a 30-day fast right now, so like I've been doing that, but I can't do the full entire day, so I wait till nighttime and I eat dinner. But then by then it's like I don't really want anything because I've been fasting all day. I eat something small, but
So it's just water. Or
yeah,
what
just
kind-
water. I'm just doing
right
water.
on. How's that for you?
It's been decent. Like I think because I like incorporating things with like self-healing books and all that my mind's not constantly like hungry like thinking of food. So sometimes I don't even realize like, oh, it's already 8 o'clock and I need to eat. So I've been doing that. I've been trying something new. So and I love how this is like incorporated with that, like the healing process. There's all types of ways to heal, and we can help each other out doing that.
Right.
So I love that. But
so where I'm massaging right now, this is your occiput, which is the base of your skull, or the back of your skull and your neck, and this little area holds so much tension, and it also represents fight and flight. Right. So sometimes even if you see like little kids, they get scared, or they'll start scratching the back there.
God, I didn't even think about
oh,
Like
I feel like I'm in like a therapy session, but it's like it's not just a mental type of therapy. It's like let's break this down and how your body holds it, the trauma.
So I'll go in here and just start working that area.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
sometimes memories start coming back of certain trauma, anything that. So I look at the neck as like your bridge, your connection to your body. So as I massage the neck, I'm creating like a pathway for you to connect with your body and your brain, and vice versa.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So think of it like a river.
Yeah.
Like those knots are like boulders. And so I'm helping like moving the boulders around, so like you can actually have a free flow of actual fluid and energetically like conversation.
I like that.
So she's gonna come back super Dr. Damaris.
Oh yeah, all the stress. Golly, I'm definitely gonna have to book a session because I already feel relaxed and I'm not even on the table yet. Like I'm just like like how you were that other day. That's amazing though.
I literally called you right afterwards.
I know you did, and I was like, hello. I didn't even recognize your voice. I was like, hello. I know it said Kareem when you called on my caller ID, but I was like, who is this?
It was just,
I was like, are you using like a voiceover or something? Like, right? Just like, what the hell, Kareem?
Is this Adele?
Adele. But yeah.
that was funny.
So
That definitely got me.
I heard that you mentioned earlier before she got on the table, like hot stones and all of that. So you incorporate all of that. I like that. Yeah, I like that because I feel like you can do a lot with your hands. I've always been told that some masseuses or masseurs, they like to use their hands because they feel that they can get to where they need to with their hands more than with an object. Others say, well, we use the objects to break down whatever's blocking my way to get there. So it's like I like that you incorporate both because it's like someone gets to experience their first time as getting a massage, and it's like it's amazing, but then you're incorporating everything that some places it's like, oh no, we just do it by hand, or oh, we only do like hot stones and we just rub you with them, it's light, and you're like, no, I need y'all to get in there. So
right, it's like the Batman belt. It's just they're tools for everything. I prefer my hands. My hands get really hot already. A lot of times, like if I'm using hot items, it's not even about the tool and trying to get in there. It's just the heat makes you just relax.
Yeah,
it's just having that heat there is like, oh, okay,
melt.
So it's just it just depends on the situation.
So I do have kind of a funny question.
What?
Do you feel someone falling asleep and snoring during your massages like an honorable thing? Like it's honoring you because like it feels so good? I don't know. Well, because I've been in why are you laughing?
Random ass question.
Why is that random?
No,
I just
that's
feel
not.
like
That's not even random.
I feel rude snoring.
I've asked
You know
my
what I mean?
masseuse. I was like, have you ever had somebody that like was working all day and they kind of like smell and they come in here and you're touching their body and they're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
So-
Because I always shower before I go. Because I'm like, first off, I want to cleanse myself that way, not just like physically,
You're
but
the
like
type
it's a
of
mental
person who will
type
just
of.
clean your whole house before the cleaners
Pretty
come
much, yeah. Because I want that same energy to come back with me.
Or the clean.
Because it's not. Because I feel like it starts with not just like my body. It starts with my mind. Like I want to clean everything before I go because it's like I don't want to bring to the table bad energy. Even though I know my body's feeling a certain type of way, but I want
I can totally
whatever needs to
relate to
work.
that.
I need it to work. So it's like I'm gonna do everything I can.
You're gonna clean yourself up before you go to church.
Yep, pretty much. That's how. That's it's like a mental thing. But I actually fell asleep. I had a massage 2 weeks ago. I fell asleep. Never has this happened. My hand was jerked, and I woke up and I was like, what just
Oh,
happened?
you had the little twitch.
Usually it's just kind of like, hey, your session's done. No, my hand. I was like, oh, I got startled. No, he jerked my hand like he dropped it. I was like on my stomach. He dropped my arm, and I was like, oh, I fell asleep. I was like, okay.
It's like, we gotta wake her up. We got another
Yep.
person coming in.
Exactly, but I'd rather stay awake, honestly, because I feel like I can enjoy it. I don't want to fall asleep, but if my body has to, I guess I'll let it. But
What about like flatulence? Has that happened?
My instructor when I was in massage school, he's like, yeah, like if you can get somebody to fall asleep and snore, you're doing a great job. But if you can get them to snore and then fart, oh, you're doing a great job.
Hey, so shout out to all you masseuses and masseurs out there and massage therapists to
Yes.
get the farts going.
exactly.
Oh yeah, that's the other word, body workers. Some people like to be called body workers too.
Now that sounds sexual. So like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you're getting relaxed, you might as well just go the whole way.
However, especially here in Houston, it all sounds sexual.
Yeah, it kind of
It's
does.
like Houston is-
Sometimes it's
So
questionable.
there's this whole thing now about erotic massages too.
Yeah,
like
so-
I've heard of that.
Yeah, I've seen those on Instagram and
Like the girl's in the bikini and he's like,
No.
spread all
But see, sometimes
No, like it's an actual thing. Like it's this whole.
yeah, like the
Actual
storefront
massage
kind of gives it away
therapy.
too. You're like,
Are there like red neon lights up front? Or what?
sometimes, yeah. And I'm like, I don't know what do y'all got, a club or what y'all got going in there? Like I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of curious, but I don't want to step in there if it's something that I don't want to be involved in. So yeah.
like and part of it is just Houston. When I was doing my research on like corporate massage and like what's like the stress level of people here in Houston, I ended up coming across some article that Houston is just, when it just comes to sex in general, Houston is like up there. It's like the top like 3.
Oh, yeah.
When I say sexual, I mean like anything from like clubs to online porn to sex trafficking to swingers to like it's a thing like here.
It is.
And I didn't realize it was until I came across like various different people, like 1960. That's known for like a prostitute road. Like 1960.
I'm used to
I thought you meant the
Bissonnette.
year. I was
No.
like,
I'm
what?
used to Bissonnette being the.
Yeah, that's one of them. But like, and I'm like, oh, it is a thing. And I drive down 1960 all the time. Didn't
Oh my
even,
gosh!
Yeah.
Bianca, what you know about Bissonnette?
I used to work off.
Oh, yeah. You got the doc on that one, man. You got the doc on that one.
Okay, correction, guys. Don't think that I was doing that type of work. I worked in the West U area, and anytime I had to give directions, I was like, "We're on the corner of Bissonnette." And the moment I said Bissonnette, they would be like, and I was like, "No, not that Bissonnette side. This other Bissonnette side." Like,
Oh, wow.
I had to correct them because everybody would be like, "What?"
Corner?
Yeah, they would be like the corner, and then when the moment I said Bissonnette,
And they'd be like, how much?
they would get quiet, right? But
You're on the verge.
And so one thing that I do, and a lot of times my clients are like, I don't have to tell you anything.
Right.
oh, you feel it.
I feel that I'm watching their breath go up and down. And so a lot of times when I'm pressing to their body, I'm going with their breath.
Right.
And just letting me go in there. And then if I'm giving it more pressure, if I see them like going
Tense up, yeah.
tense up, then that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times I don't even I'll just ask just to ask.
Yeah.
Because everybody's pressure is different.
Right, right.
And like, dude, like You're not giving me enough pressure.
So I noticed.
It's so weird what you were doing. I could feel it down my arm.
Damn, she's stressed. Golly.
All these, and here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Like, we look at, because we live in a linear world, or that's like the patriarchy created us to think this way, or created an environment for us to think this way. We separate everything. Like we look at, like, okay, this is a pinky, this is a thumb, this is a left shoulder blade, this is the right shoulder blade. Your body doesn't know that. Mm-hmm. Your body operates as one thing. Yeah.
Wow.
It knows no difference. And so that's why you're able to, like, oh, I feel this all going all the way here. I have a client, he likes to tell me, like, dude, you're working over here, but I feel it over here in my toes.
Wow.
I feel, and that's why I believe, like, acupuncture, all of that stuff, because all your nerves,
and
they all run
you do
together.
that as well?
I do acupressure.
Acupressure. Okay.
Acupuncture is using needles. Acupressure is just using your thumb or a tool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I noticed on your hip, you're using oil.
Yes.
Okay. So what's the difference between, like, using oil or cream on a body? For you, per se?
I prefer, like, cream. Well, okay, I prefer oil, but cream, what it does, it's for people who like to do, like, a lot of manual movement of the body. The lotion or the cream dries up really quick.
Okay.
But it allows you to have enough glide to do more of, like, a flow. Okay. But it'll dry up quick, so you can do, like, more lifting up the scapula or moving so
okay.
Cupping,
yeah, you can use it for cupping. It's just really the preference of the therapist. However, some people don't like the oil. The client on the table, they don't like the oil because they're getting ready to go somewhere, or there's an allergy, or something. So it just depends. Me, that's all I've ever used, and I prefer, unless the person has an allergy. That's all I ever use.
So when you came, Kareem, what was your favorite part, like, out of the whole thing?
Honestly, the ambiance. Like, when I rolled up, didn't know that this thing was even a thing. We parked, rolled through this church that has been converted into studio and apartment spaces. Walked through the lobby up to this area here. Walk in, and then it just opened up into this huge cavernous room. I mean, y'all saw it on the video, or you'll see it on the video when we release this. But it's just like, the space alone made me think of just, I don't know, calm, relaxation, especially with the pane glass. I don't know what it is. It's something very calming about pane glass. So when I rolled in here, and then obviously we did our session, I was just like, it's just, I don't know, it's hard to even explain, but it was kind of like exhaling and letting the stress go. If that makes sense.
You're releasing it, like, for sure releasing it. I like that. I like that you had kind of like an experience before the actual experience.
Yeah. I mean, first off, I know good people when I meet them, right? It's just kind of like one of those energy things, right? From the first time that I met the first version of LeMonte, which was Boon, we hit it off pretty quickly. Obviously we were there at OSO and everything, and then we lost touch for a little bit, then got back in touch with each other, and then I saw all the major changes that he's made, and then also we've kind of been talking about pathways of business and how scaling works and all that stuff, and just to see all the brilliant ideas that he has for the future just has me so excited for him. I can't wait for all this stuff to, like, really jump off for him. You know what I mean?
Have you, like, before this massage, had you gotten massages previously, like, or often? Or?
Well, no, not from LeMonte, but I've had him before.
You've had him before.
But then, like,
when was the last one that you had before you came here?
The last one before here was probably like one of the run of the mills, just like you pay $35 and you get a massage. It was cool. It was, I think, somewhere near Walmart or something like that, off of Yale or somewhere.
And how long ago was that?
I'd say maybe it had been like a year and a half. I don't think that place even exists anymore.
I have a doctorate in business, actually. Specialize in leadership.
This girl's still talking business on the table.
No. Yes.
He asked me.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's why she got knots.
Dr. Damaris is in IT, so she's on her computer a lot. So it's probably why you're feeling that in her forearms.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, that hurts a little bit actually. I'm curious as to why. Like, I'm like, why does that hurt?
That's the path of where we're going. I was about to go on a path of like asking you a question, like, you know.
But see, that's where the part of the umbrella where you have that pillar where of movement, because you are right. How we move our body dictates how our body's going to hold and store certain stresses and everything. So it's more than just releasing it on the table. It's like you got to keep it like it's like you exercise, but you got to keep the diet, you got to keep being consistent. It's like you can't just go here and then
it's better to stay ready than to get ready.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just come. I'm not saying that you won't be fixed here, but you want to keep it going. You want to be consistent in maintaining it. And a lot of people don't. I'm one of those people. I don't maintain it. And all the time, my masseuse is like, here we go again. Like, I told you what to do last time. I was like, yes, I know. And I didn't listen. I'm like, sorry.
Well, this is kind of like what LeMonte was talking about anyway, because, like, for instance, you start off with a massage, right? He explains kind of how your body works. Then he kind of walks you through, like, you know, if you have some certain ailments. Like for me, we talked about functional patterns. That's why I kind of had a little bit of idea what it was before. I have been suffering with a few little ailments here and there, and I think it is because the way in which my body moves. Once I can get that straightened out, I think my quality of life goes up. And, you know, for me looking to, you know, start a family and all this stuff, you know, I need to be healthy in order to do that. You know, I'm no spring chicken, but, you know, I'm pretty freaking healthy, and I'd like to keep it that way. One of the biggest things that they say is like when in your old age, grip strength, right? So a lot of people say, you know, doing the farmer walk with the weights, but that actually kind of like supports a lot of things. It's, you know, it supports like your core health. It supports your grip strength, also your circulation. What is this crazy contraption here?
I believe it's called a U-wave.
A U-wave?
Yeah, it's U-wave, I-wave. It's like basically a long hot stone.
Oh.
Like,
never seen one.
So these 2 points right here will go along what your spine, your erectors.
Dr. Damaris, how's that feel?
It's good. It's
she sounded like
good.
the way you sounded the other day. Her voice is getting deep.
But it is hot. At first, I can't see it obviously, but I thought it was like two hot stones.
Yeah, it's not. It's literally like a wand. Like it's one big zigzaggy thing. Like that's crazy.
Expelliarmus.
Yeah. So, have y'all? I don't know if you've ever seen this. Don't judge me because I feel like there's going to be judgment when I say this. So there's a guy, I want to say he's based in Houston. I'm not too sure. But he does massages. And the girls are like usually like in their lingerie or their bikinis. But he's on the table with them and he's like grabbing them, like massaging them. And I was like, it seems sexual. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, that looks so relaxed.
This is where I question what's on your feed.
I knew you were going to say something. But yeah, I came across him and I was like, and so it started becoming popular. I want to say probably 2021 when it became popular, where I started seeing his stuff everywhere and everybody kept reposting him.
So is this a hint for what you want for your birthday? Or?
No, but I was like, it's like sexual almost, like it's borderline sexual, but at the same time.
Why are we talking about this?
Because I'm saying like there's different types of massages.
Oh, of course.
Literally, like, you know, of course he's recording these sessions and posting them on Instagram and TikTok, so of course he can't do certain things.
That may be, you know what? I think I actually do know what you're talking about. That may be that erotic massage thing I was telling you.
Probably, but like
becoming a thing for a while.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if there's a happy ending because they don't record that part. But I'm saying like everything's just like. He's grabbing her on her like
where are you right
like
now?
She's his girl. Like I'm just saying, like, you know, there's different massages. That's all. I'm here, Kareem.
You know what they call it? They call it the Chris Brown special. Have you seen those pictures that he's been taking with those girls?
They charge $1,000.
My God, and it's like he is with them.
And they're like, please do whatever you want for $1,000. Like, what? Damn.
Yeah, but that's what this masseuse is.
I guess that's what he is because I've seen him a couple times. I'm like,
that one is $4,000 though.
Probably, I wouldn't doubt it.
Happy ending is $10,000.
Probably, I wouldn't. It's hard times, you know. At this point in time, I'm not gonna judge. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, she worked Bissonnette.
Exactly.
Like I have
Wow.
that. I stay away from all that.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my.
As you should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not my thing. However, there's a lot of therapists who would be like, "No, that y'all should need to stop that," and I'm like, "No, legalize it." That's just my view. Like, it's not going to affect me in the sense of
That's not your clientele.
it's not my clientele.
It's not your clientele. Yeah.
It's not going to affect me. However, there's some people they need that.
Yeah. It's almost
You
like
know,
a
it's like-
way of like not just relaxing and getting the massage, but almost like as if like I guess you're lonely, you don't have a partner, you know, I guess you're getting your needs fulfilled in a way.
Yeah, like maybe I'm too open-minded about that. However, it's just like, well, you know,
Yeah.
these are two adults, you know,
Hopefully consenting.
and consenting,
I would
and
hope
it's,
so.
yeah.
Yeah. But I saw it and I was like,
And I'm talking about like just the sensual that type of that style of massage is like, all right, you know.
yeah.
I was hanging out with some friends at a dinner table, and I was the only single guy there, right? And so one lady, she was like, "So you're a massage therapist?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a massage therapist." And she's like, "Well, there's this guy that I don't know, and I don't know if you do this, but he's known as the housewife massage, like guy."
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, "Are you asking me if I do that?" No, I do not do it. But they get paid. Like, they get paid. And he has no problem, whoever this guy is, being known for that.
It's probably that guy on Instagram. What's his name?
I can't do that. I can't in good conscience be known and create my business around
Yeah.
that. I just couldn't. My mom. Like my mom.
Well,
like
I'm
even here,
glad, yeah.
Like so, well, even here, like the artist here, right? How she paints, she uses her body, and she'll get the canvas and she'll use paint, put it on her body, and she'll just rub all over the canvas. For her, that's therapeutic,
Yeah.
because it's a somatic release where she doesn't know what's going on in her mind, and so she'll paint it out, and it shoots back to her like, oh, this is what's happening, this is what my body is feeling, right? And so she has a picture that I put in here in the room, and it's revealing. And when I first moved in here, I was like, my mom's going to want to come in here and see this room. And I have this picture up here, and the first thing I thought about was shame. Like, why are you being shameful of this artwork,
Yeah.
of this person? Like,
Because that's the
put
way
it-
they express themselves.
Right. I'm like, dude, like, I'm putting shame all over this thing.
Yeah.
And so my mom, she came in here. My mom is a staunch Christian, like, you know, church all the time. And, but it was like, like how we say we were creating our own path and how we do things. My mom came in here and it was like, yeah, this is, you know, I'm trying to like brace myself, like, yeah, this is what I do.
Yeah.
this is where I am. And she's like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, like I get it. Like, I think it fits great in here. I'm like, no, like it actually threw me back that my mom was just, yeah,
Yeah.
like approving of this. And so it's just like, all right, sometimes it's like, yes, do you, you'll be surprised, you know, you'll be surprised. So, yeah.
And the ones that truly love you, we will also surprise you because you can't think for other people.
No.
It's crazy. Right?
Why was that? Why are you looking at me when you said
Oh
that?
no, I didn't say anything.
I was like directed towards me.
No. It was just
I was like,
having
you
to
trying to
swing
say
my
something?
noggin your way. That's it.
I was like, was there a code in there? Like,
Doc, you good?
and then she about to eat because she only had taco today. Like, girl,
You got to do better, girl.
What,
I'm not gonna eat till I
Yeah.
get home. So she
You
said,
got to do better.
say, mm.
So what does like a typical work day look like for you?
Oh my God! Don't do that. You're about to stress her out. No I'm kidding.
No.
So I get up at 7 and I start on my phone, checking emails and all that.
Out of bed? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I tell the kids to get up and get ready, and I get myself ready, drop them off at school, and head to the office. And in the office, I do meetings and talk to people, and sometimes feel like a therapist, deal with issues, and then I usually go home in the afternoon and work the afternoon from home until the kids get home. And then it depends. There's usually either a club to bring them to, or a practice to go to, or pick up from a club, make sure they eat, and do whatever they need to do.
She does.
And then wedding stuff, and then I have a wedding business too. or like an entertainment company. So I also DJ.
Okay.
So
But she's also doing her own wedding as well. She's planning her own wedding.
yeah, I'm planning my wedding.
So she's working on that.
Okay.
So it's a lot.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd mention that, but you kept skating around it.
Well, I said I work on wedding stuff. So that's my wedding, and then I also have other weddings. So I have bride meetings in the evenings, or
Just because you love doing it.
yeah, it's part of the business I'm building up with my fiance.
Okay.
I think Dr. Damaris wants to be completely used up when she's on her deathbed. She wants to make sure there's not one
I'm
stone
living
that's
this
been
whole
unturned.
life.
And that's the thing. Like everybody's like, I used to date a girl who was a skydiver. That's what like her comfort zone was.
Insane.
You know,
Yeah.
like jumping out of a plane. It's like
A perfectly good plane.
doing that. You know, whereas some people like there's no way that stresses her out. And so even as like I could say, oh, you're working too much. But what if that is how she relaxes on a certain
Right.
level, right?
I mean, we give Dr. Damaris shit, but she's good at what she does. I mean,
Yeah.
she's a great mom. She's obviously great at her job because she's got a promotion recently, and then she actually got her doctorate. So she's
I know, that was crazy. I
she's
was
doing
like,
her
what?
shit. You know what I mean?
No, like in reality, yeah. And I honestly feel that certain people are built to do things like that. Like certain people are like, there's no other way of life. Like you have to be this way because whether it was how you were, your upbringing,
Yeah.
or it's just your personality. Like to me, I'm not saying that Damaris can't relax. I know she can, but it's like she feels better when she is doing stuff. Like 'cause it's like you feel accomplished.
Let's check in with her. Are you relaxed?
Yeah, she's relaxed. She can relax. But I get that sense of accomplishment. Like you feel like it's almost like semi to a massage. It's like you feel relaxed, like you were saying, when you're busy doing stuff, but the accomplishment, the internal feeling emotionally and mentally, you're like
you've done. I did that.
like you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely a goal-oriented person. But don't get me wrong, I have my moments where I like literally just put something on the TV that doesn't require much thinking and just lay there. And that's
Well, you also
how I
vacation
relax
as well.
Oh,
You
yeah,
vacation-
vacation
I love
often.
travel.
Yeah, you
That's my
vacation
thing.
very well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to Singapore or wherever.
She's going to Thailand for her honeymoon.
Yes, there we go, Thailand. Some kind of exotic.
And some people like, and I can do this like where I'm busy doing a whole lot, but I know how to do it like in a flow where I'm actually relaxed as
Yeah.
I'm doing that. Right. One thing that I've learned with creating my business is I learned that I'm more of a sprinter than a marathon runner. Whereas like I have to prioritize my rest. Like Sundays, nothing touches those days. I don't even try to do anything. Like I have to tell myself not to do anything.
Yeah.
And so, but I have to do that in order, I started winding down that Saturday afternoon, like around 4 or 5. And then I prepared to relax, for Sunday, and nothing gets in the way with that. And then now, and I had to just start right there. If I was trying to like, okay, Sundays are my days, and then once a month I do this, and then once a year I do this, I couldn't do it. So
Yeah.
it's just like I could commit to that right now.
Yeah.
And eventually I'll get to a certain point, but it's just like being stable with Sundays is one, and then my rest of my week flows a lot better by doing that versus just, as soon as you go from a 9 to 5, you feel like, oh, I gotta work all the time, I gotta hustle, I gotta da 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 da. Next thing you know, you're breaking down and you have no energy to do what you really want to do, right?
Yeah. And
That's
you're
the hardest-
fulfilling everyone else's dreams, not yours.
That's the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is knowing when to shut off, because you feel like if you're not doing anything, you're not doing anything. But sometimes not doing anything is the best thing for you. You sometimes come up with new ideas. Like you said, you rejuvenate, and then sometimes by not doing anything at all, someone else can probably step in and bless you. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of different things that transpire when those things go down.
You gotta create. You gotta create space for those things that are outside of you to have an opportunity to work. Right. Like one of my favorite, and I use this one a lot, is the law of 3. when you got yourself and whatever the situation is in front of you. Sometimes you're like, I gotta figure it out, and you're like, it's not happening, it's not coming together, and so you have to create space. That third part is just creating space, like stop working on it. And then next, the idea or the situation, I was just cruising by.
You know what I find so crazy? I don't know if y'all feel like this, Damaris and Kareem, but I feel like every person that we've had on the podcast, right? They say something that we leave after this episode and learn a lesson. Like they're teaching us things that we didn't know we needed to be taught, or re-preaching something to us that we already tell ourselves, but it just needs to be reworded and said differently. And it's nice because it's like, it's almost like a lesson in life. Like you go to school, you learn lessons, you go to church, you learn lessons, stuff like that. But to know that the people that you pass through every day, they can teach you something new or re-teach you, but do it in a different way so that you can gain perspective of what you already know. And then you move differently because of it. Yeah. And I love that. I think that's probably what I've gathered from our podcast the most. And
Are you proud to be on this podcast?
Hell fucking yeah.
What?
Yeah, like, because you think about it, like how we started off and then where we're trying to go. And it's like Damaris said earlier, the journey is what matters, not the destination. And I truly feel like our journey is just going to get better and better and better and better.
And if you have your way, this will turn into a television show.
I have.
Okay.
A what?
I don't know if you grip the steering wheel. I don't know if you grip the steering wheel or do you grip.
I don't drive with my right arm usually. I drive more with my left. But that's probably a lot of computer work. Yeah. I'm in the front of the computer all day. Yep.
That's your mouse hand? The heck? That's funny.
Yeah, this is. Yep.
Did you just do cupping?
Yes, ma'am.
I've never had that done before.
Yeah, I just did a light one for you.
You've never done that, Damaris? Like,
no.
Your mom's never done that to you?
Cupping?
Yeah.
Your mom has cupped you?
Yeah, it's a Hispanic thing. We always do it.
Like massage?
Like when we say we have
thing?
air in our back, when we say we have air, like, oh, my chest hurts and my back hurts, I have air in it. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
They literally grab a glass cup. It's usually like from a candle or something. It's some crap that we have in the cabinet. And they grab a cotton ball and they put like spray some alcohol or whatever and light it on fire, and then they to our back.
I know.
That's why I asked. Like,
I've never.
Your parents never did that to you?
No.
Oh.
So hold on, you like a closet masseuse over here?
No, we didn't do it.
Like really, like
we didn't
cupping.
do it for like relaxation purposes because we weren't feeling well. So it's like, oh, you have air in your back or in your lungs that's just sitting there and it's
I've
making
heard
you.
the term.
That
air.
sounds way more logical than what we were
not.
talking about just a second ago.
Yeah, that's it's like traditional Chinese medicine, but like when you actually go and study like cupping, it's all over the world.
Yeah,
they'll use whatever that can create a vacuum.
Usually, I'm telling you, it was some piece of glass that belonged to a candle that somebody washed and put in the cabinet. That's literally what it was.
Was it Mary Magdalene candle?
No, not that.
Or was it the Altuve candle?
No, not that type of candle. That's too big. It's a smaller candle. But yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones at Fiesta?
Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah. But in all honesty, like it wasn't to relax us. It was because we didn't feel good or something.
I've been called a closet Mexican.
Yeah, you are. Well, no, because you said you hung out with a lot of Puerto Ricans. You're just Hispanic, I guess, or a closeted Latino, I guess you would call it. I don't know.
What? I mean, I don't take any offense in that.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a great thing. I just have been called that or adopted Hispanic. I was like, what? But
you hang around one culture long enough, you pick up on everything.
I grew up with a Puerto Rican family too.
See, yeah.
See.
One of my best friends is Asian. That's how he grew up. He was an only child, so I think that's why
he grew up Asian. Or?
No, he's Asian, but I'm saying he's an only child. So all of his friends were like brothers and sisters to him, like all of us. So it's like Hispanic? We're all Hispanic.
Oh wow,
it was crazy.
So it's almost like Will.i.am. You heard his story?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I saw the video hilarious. Of it. It was crazy.
Oh man, we going in.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll just let her sleep.
Is that like a weighted blanket?
She's gonna be like, "Where'd you buy it? I need to buy
No,
it."
no. My
you can
ex
tell.
had one,
It's up to you.
and then he took it with him when he left.
See,
and,
I like.
I miss the blanket more than him.
Not my weighted blanket.
It wasn't even heated; it was just weighted. And I was like, I remember thinking, like, oh my god, this feels so good.
They do, but I don't like that. If I've tried to sleep with one, I like it, like on my body, but I get Charlie horses in my leg with them.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like weird because I only put it like from my waist up because if I have it on my legs don't like it. But everything else is fine. So I don't know. I guess I'm just weird.
Maybe you just need to work out your legs. You said you were going to start running again.
I have been.
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Congrats.
I
How's
have.
that going?
It's been tough because I've been out of running for a long time. So I'm like, oh God.
That's why you're supposed to stay ready, not get ready.
I know, and I'm trying to get back to that. Like my cousin, she literally just gave birth 6 weeks ago, and I ran into her at the park, and she was running, and I said, "Girl, you better stop running right now." So I was walking with her just to make it easier, but still, she's a runner. She does marathons all the time, and so she was like, "Oh yeah, like I'm getting back to doing 3 days, and you should join me." And I'm like, oh, "I'm trying to, but I'm not on your level, and you just gave birth. Like you're still on a whole nother level. Like I haven't done this in a couple years. Like I need to get back on it." So I am though.
How do you feel about yourself now?
Better. I woke up this morning. I couldn't sleep. It was 6:30. Around 7:15, I was like, "Okay, screw it. I'm gonna get out of bed."
But it was cold this morning.
It felt good. It felt amazing. It was 64 degrees when I went for a walk this morning. Nah,
well, you know what I mean.
Cool.
Like it was.
Yeah,
well,
it felt good.
When you wake up every morning, it's 85 degrees. And you wake up and it's 64. It's cold outside.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
True. That's very true.
Just saying. I mean, that's a 20. That's more than almost a 20-degree swing right there.
But yeah, I woke up this morning. I did because I knew we were going to be busy tonight. So I was like, let me get it out of the way in the morning.
Yeah.
But
My colleagues in Canada were like, "Did you guys pull out the coats today?" They make fun of us so much.
barely. I had a beanie on, and that
That's
was
the
it.
other thing.
It
I
was too
travel
hot
quite
after
a
that.
bit too for work.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
You don't strike me as a beanie person.
Oh, I love beanie. I love hats. I used to collect them all the time, but I got rid of them. Yeah.
Well, people with good hair shouldn't wear hats. I'm just saying. Every once in a while, I catch Damaris wearing a hat, and I'm like, "What the fuck is she doing?"
Damaris wears a hat?
Every once in a while.
I've never seen her wear a hat.
It's rare.
Have I ever seen? Oh yeah, you're right. I have
It's
seen
super
her.
rare, but
You're right.
it does happen.
When we used to go to the bars.
She's like, "I don't want to fix my hair." We're out.
Exactly. I almost wore one today.
We're sorry we got you on this one.
No, this is good. And much needed.
How much more relaxed you're gonna feel when you actually come in here? We're not talking. your ear
Yeah,
off.
you actually get to do your real
You actually
thing.
get to relax and enjoy it. You know, the whole session too.
Is this a flip over point, or what are we doing?
Oh no, I was gonna. Oh.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. We have time for that.
Oh yeah,
No,
how are you?
No, we don't. Because,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay,
have,
so
Oh shit.
yeah,
so
we gotta go.
We just kind of wanted to kind of walk through what LeMonte does. You can kind of see how he kind of moves around. There are a few questions that he's had because he's intuitive. Obviously, he's been doing this for a while. So when you do come in, he'll be able to read you. Obviously, be open with him, be honest with him, so that he can serve you the best way he can. And like he said, once he gets you healed, he doesn't want you coming back here. But if you enjoy the service, just keep it going. Something that can keep the blood circulating and keep you going. You have any last things you want to add before we sign off here? You too, Bianca.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sherry has a mic.
That's fantastic.
What is? Do y'all have a question for me? Anything like?
I think we asked a lot of the
Yeah, I
questions.
already asked.
At this point, whatever you want to share with the audience, real quick, kind of like just give us like your 2-minute who you are, and
If I could leave anything,
there we go.
Mm-hmm.
is stay curious.
I like that.
Okay.
Stay curious
Yeah.
about your body, about your stay curious, your ancestors, because you will find your story
Wow.
and your how you play in the world, like by staying curious. And when you stay curious, it connects you to everything. You know, like soon as you start thinking like very linear type of thinking, then you're back into, you know, you can, it's good for a moment to like focus, but staying curious about your neighbor or the world or just everything around you, and you'll find yourself, because people ask like, how do you do all of these things? I just stay curious, and I just go on these adventures. And an adventure isn't like, you know, I've taken a trip years ago where I went on a me and two buddies rented a 5-passenger plane, and we island hopped for 10 days.
Wow.
Or you can just go to a coffee shop, and because you're curious and you weren't planning to go in a coffee shop, but you're like, hey, I just feel like I need to be, and the next thing you know, you're talking with somebody, and they're like, that's the person that you need to talk to today. You know, just be.
It plays into your growth too. The thing.
Yeah, it does. All of it. It plays into your entire story.
I like that.
And so so stay curious.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
So Dr. Damaris is drooling on the mic. What do you have?
Oh, I'm good. You know, this was an amazing experience. I'm glad we got to do this. Of course, I'm gonna book my own session. Come back.
Of course.
Bring all the equipment to.
No.
Well, that's y'all's own side thing.
It's like, well, if you know, I might charge you more.
Right?
No.
She'll hook it up for her OnlyFans. Like, watch me get a massage.
Oh no!
I'm kidding.
It's hard time.
That's a joke. Anyway, terrible joke. But we're gonna sign off. Thank you again, LeMonte, for.
She's like, that's actually a great side.
No, we're not doing that.
I know. People are honestly gonna think, because we said Bissonnette, we said OnlyFans. They're gonna be like, "What's her at?" I'm gonna be like, "I don't do that," but okay.
So yeah, but we're signing off, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Yes. Peace out.
Thing. Sounds like there's some drama.
There's definitely no.
Called.
Oh my god! It begins.
Life.
You see, like everyone plays a part, right?
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
Thing Called Life.